guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Poppy and I do makeup videos and things like that here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be tinting my eyebrows with men's beard dye. So this stuff is a lot cheaper in the chemist than eyebrow dye. It also lasts a bit longer. The tubes are obviously bigger than they would normally be if you just bought like the 1000 hours eyebrow dye. So basically I'm just going to show you how I tint them, and then afterwards I'm going to like wipe it off and then style them a little bit. So I've got everything I need, I think, in front of me here. So let's just get on with the video. So to start with, I'm going to grab this little spoolie here and just kind of comb through my brows. Now my hair is quite dark, so I have the shade dark brown black. So that's a good shade. I've done it a few times and I do like going to a salon to go and get them done, but I also like doing them at home because it's cheaper and I generally don't muck it up too bad and it still lasts a fair while, so why not? So I just kind of comb them through and kind of try and style them how I would want them once they're kind of dyed. Then I'm going to go in with the Revolution Pro Camouflage Full Coverage Concealer. I'm going to get it on my JH41 brush and kind of like carve around my brows. So she'll help me set up and tidy up this area today. So that was really awesome because now I kind of know where everything is. Now you can like pretty much use any concealer you want to. This one is a really good one, so you know, you could use one of your cheaper concealers. However, I do have a lot of them. And I do have more expensive ones like Tarte Shape Tape and Fenty Pro Filter. So I just thought I'll use a nice stick one, but also a cheap one, because obviously I'm going to be wiping it off once I've tinted my eyebrows. So I just kind of, do an outline as to where I don't want my dye. Some people do it a little bit on their skin, like a little bit kind of bigger, but because I've been growing my eyebrows, I kind of like how they look anyway at the moment. Like I don't really need them to be much thicker than they already are. So, I'm gonna put this one on. Now, I've just been using, last time, it's a bit grubby, but that's kind of what I do. I put a little bit of mixture of each, the actual dark colour base and the developer on the tray, and then just mix it together so it looks like this. And I just, that's a little bit too much, but it's alright. Might try and scoop a bit back in there, to be honest, if I can. Yeah, that'll do. I did use a bit too much, but that's alright. Now for the, so this is the developer, kind of looks like honey there, and then you just put this in. It's kind of like, there we go. Got the colour, oh hang on, sorry. The first one was the colour base, and this one's the developer, the white one. That would make more sense. Anyway, now I'm just going to get an old kind of eyebrow brush that I got from Wish. I think it's a little bit dirty. Maybe I shouldn't be using this one. Yeah, it's alright. Anyway, so yeah, I just got this brush from Wish. So obviously don't use an expensive eyebrow brush for just tinting because you don't really want to wreck it. You just need like a cheap, precise brush. So I just mix it up, kind of like this. I just wait for the colour to go a little bit darker and then I'll start applying it. So, yeah. I also have a pair of tweezers to kind of pluck out the stray hairs afterwards. And I also have a pair of scissors. I don't tend to trim my brows too often, but I might just even them up just in the little bits where it's a little bit long, a little bit bushy, and just kind of give them a bit of a shape. And yeah, then once I've wiped it off and everything, I might use some, depending on how they look. Sometimes I'll use product anyway, and other times I'll just leave them for a while, but you know, depends how I'm feeling. So, get the brush, dip in a little bit, and just fill in my brows. Kind of how you would, we'll use this, move this mirror a bit closer. So, put it there. Right. And so, yeah, it's just kind of like how you would normally fill them in. But obviously, it just looks like they're wet at the moment, so you can't really, you can pretty much see what you're doing, but it doesn't go darker yet. So, let's see if I can flip this around. It takes your eyes a while to adjust because I've got these mirrors where you flip it over and it's more zoomed in. There we go. Sorry if I'm going cross-eyed. I'm literally like going in and out of focus in this mirror. So you kind of do it lightly towards the middle part here, because obviously you don't want them to be totally blocky, unless that's how you want them, but I don't at the moment. So basically, if any of you like kind of keep up with the Anastasia Beverly Hills PR search, she's now doing it on Instagram, and there's just like still some petty drama going on about it, and it's so stupid. Like, everyone deserves a chance. Like, some people might not be as good as others in certain people's eyes, but obviously makeup is dependent on taste, and everybody started somewhere. Like, I'm still not the best, but I've got my channel and got all of you lovely people watching me, but you know, I wouldn't say I'm the best. There's heaps of people that are better than me. I still thought eventually that, yeah, I would submit a few photos and see if Norberina would see them. Whether she has or not, I don't know. I didn't get an email, but that's okay. But yeah, there's just like petty people on the internet telling other people they're not like good enough, and then like they're clogging up the feed with like their posts when other people are better. Like, it's just stupid. But anyway, guess, you know, that's not everyone in the beauty community. Like, a lot of people are super nice and super supportive. Oops. But yeah, there are the odd few that are either jealous or they're just not very nice. Really not very nice people, but that's okay. There are horrible people in the world, and you know, the beauty community can be kind of bitchy, but yeah, I just feel like the PR search has obviously given a lot of small influencers the chance to like show off their work and get recognised, which is really great. Then there's the people who got recognised, but then they started like selling their PR stuff, and yeah, like, some people are broke, and I get that, but unless you've already got the product, but people are selling like the whole bunch. Like, me personally, I would give away the products if I was to get like double ups. Like, I have a few of the Anastasia, like, I shouldn't use this brush for recarving. It's a bit expensive. Yeah. Let me have a look. This one will do. This New by Nature one. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, like, I've got a few of the palettes, so I would say if I was to get it, I would give a couple of the palettes I already have to my sister, because she's kind of into makeup too, you know, she'll do her makeup for work and things like that, and you know, she's not like obsessed or like a insane collector like I am, but she does get a lot of my old makeup, so you know, I wouldn't hesitate to give it to her, but to actually just sell the whole thing when people have worked so hard to get it, it's just sad. And then when people are trying to get noticed, like they just get told they're not good enough, so it's like, I don't know. It's a bit nasty, but what do you do? I feel like this one's going to be a bit stained, a bit higher up than I like, but I'm sure I can wipe it off, hopefully. And I'm just kind of brushing through the excess, because I don't want it to be too heavy. I only kind of want it to be heaviest on the tail. So this is only a cheap brush anyway, so it's fine. Or you can use a disposable spoolie if you haven't really got any eyebrow brushes you want to part with. Wow, I've been talking for like over 10 minutes now. So my teeth are looking nice and white. I just use that like charcoal powder to whiten them a bit. Like I've already bleached them with teeth whitening stuff from the dentist, like maybe a couple of months ago. But just to keep them, because I drink a lot of coffee, just to keep them nice and pearly white, I just use that. So it's the White Glow one, but I'm sure there's different brands out there. But if you feel like it, you just kind of use it as you would your normal toothpaste, but then I brush my teeth afterwards. So obviously it's not toothpaste, but yeah. This concealer was supposed to help it not go over the line, so it could be a fail, but it doesn't look too bad. It's fine. I'll be fine. And plus I might be plucking that bit out anyway, we'll see. Okay, so this is kind of how they look. They look a bit messy at the moment. They don't look that great, but what I'm going to do is, now that they've been done, I'm going to leave them for a bit, and then I'll be back once I've like they've processed. So I'll probably leave it for 15-20 minutes, because I don't want it to be really dark, and they're already looking quite dark, so we'll see. So I'll leave them for 15-20 minutes, and then I'll be back. So guys, I'm back, and it's been about half an hour. As you can see, they're a lot darker than they were before, so I'm just going to get a little facial wipe and just kind of wipe off, obviously, the excess. And then we'll see how they look. You can also just like wash it in the sink, but at least then nothing will kind of get in your eyes doing it this way. And then I can wipe off the concealer as well. So they're looking a bit darker, which is good. Obviously that's what we want. And then what I'm going to do, grab this little spoolie again. So they're definitely a lot darker. I think there may still be a little bit of product in there, but they're definitely better. Now, what I'm going to do is get these cute little scissors here. Now I am left-handed, so I'm not very good at cutting in general, but I'm just going to brush the front bits here up a bit. I like them a little bit bushy, so I don't like them trimmed too much. And then I'll just go along the next bit. So yeah, I don't like to cut too much off, but just enough. And then what you do is you just brush them back up and kind of check that they're even. It's a little bit more, obviously I've dyed a bit of my skin, but it does kind of fade together. So it's not like the best job, obviously. If I went to a beauty salon, that would be a lot better, but this is me doing a little home job, because why not? And because it's not even that, like, it's not really that expensive to get your eyebrows done, really. I think it cost me about $30, but it's kind of fun to do them at home, so why not? That looks good. I think down here I've kind of tinted my skin and then missed a bit, but if I fill them in anyway, they won't be too bad. Now I'm gonna go with my little tweezers and kind of get rid of some of the excess hairs. I'm not going to make them really thin or anything, not like I used to do back in like 2014, but plucking away just enough to tidy them up a bit. And this is like, I don't like plucking them at home that much because I always get carried away, and then I will end up with like 2 little brows left. Like, I'd rather them look like slugs than well, you know, good old sperm brow style. Now, I think, so I don't get too carried away, I'm just going to go in, get this one and this one. And I'll leave the tails a bit, but it just makes them look a little bit nicer there. Can't really zoom it in, but yeah, it gives them a bit more shape. So we're just going to kind of go on the other side and do the same thing. And then I'm just going to go, you can probably see there's a few hairs there. It's a bit hard to, pardon me, it's a bit hard to see when the focus isn't that good. And obviously I didn't tint the hairs in the middle, but we'll sort them out. And you also don't want to go too far in either, like I'd hate to like cut that much off my eyebrow or anything like that. So I still keep them here, I just literally get the bits in the middle. Because that's another mistake I made as well while styling my brows. Like, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, was that I'd take them way too far out, and they looked horrible. I thought they looked good at the time. They looked horrible. So you just don't want to get too carried away. So about there is probably about right. And I don't really touch the tops here. Like if I go get them done professionally, I might just get them to give them a trim, but just because I don't want to lose the thickness, I'll usually just touch up the bottom and leave the tails and things. And then just brush through my brows again. And that's kind of how they look. Like that one looks a bit darker than this one. I might just give it a little one more wipe just to check I've got, because I kind of did them about the same with the product. Yeah, there is still a little bit coming off on my wipe. So there probably is a bit of extra stuff there that I need to get out. And then, looks a little bit better now. So there's my eyebrows, obviously without any product or anything in them. As I said, like sometimes I'll put product in them anyway, even if I have tinted them. But usually for the first few days, I try not to put anything in them because I don't want to have to wipe away the product and then risk kind of the dye not lasting as long. So if I can kind of keep them how they are now, I'm usually happy with them. But I think they turned out really well. So basically, yeah, I just use the Just for Men beard and mustache kind of dye there. More for your money. Bigger tubes here. I think it's about $10 at the chemist, and I think like the eyebrow dye at Priceline and things, like your drugstore ones are like $13, maybe more. I feel like at the supermarket they're nearly like 18. So it's definitely cheaper to get this because you get way more uses out of it. Like I've done, I don't even know, let me have a look. I don't know, it's made in the USA anyway, so it's good quality stuff. And yeah, it's lasted me, like I've done my brows a few times with this and there's still enough here. Obviously the downside is like I use way too much, so if I was doing my eyelashes, which I don't think I'll attempt I don't think I'll attempt it anyway, but yeah, basically you can do, I don't know, I'll have to see. We'll have to see how many uses I get out of it, but it will be at least 5 to 10 uses out of that, especially if you, I'd say more likely 10 if you use the right amount. If you squeeze a heap out like I have here, and obviously there I didn't use it all either, and that's where you go wrong. But if you're just going to use it how it's meant to be used, then that's great. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And wow, this daylight savings, I feel tired. It's still light outside and it's just ugh. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it on your beauty pages on Facebook. I do kind of share them around on there anyway. Oh, I was wondering what that was. I had some flaming hot Cheetos before and I must have dropped some. Anyway, but yeah, so subscribe, leave a comment if you like it. Let me know if you've tried this method of doing your brows, because I really like it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. From kind of now on, I'm uploading twice a week, so it'll be on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm not going to kind of put a time on it because it depends, because obviously I work full time, so I'm at work on a Wednesday. But if I get a spare little minute, I'll try and upload a video while I'm working. And then there's meant to be on Sunday, but I usually do it really late on Saturday night, and I used to do it like at midnight, so then kind of most people are awake. But I found that like people are still like somehow people are asleep, but it takes ages to upload. So the last video I did on Sunday, it was uploaded a few hours early, like maybe like 9:30 at night Australian time. So just have your notification bell turned on so you know when I upload, and then it'll pop up and then you can watch it. So I would love to put specific times on them, but it just depends when I can get it up. But yeah, those will be the days anyway. So thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!